Work smarter, not harder. A universal truth. So, to all my Gen Xers and older millennials, do you recall a show from our childhood called DuckTales? Not that one, the original. Thinking back, this was probably my first life lesson as a child about earning money.
You'll work for tips. Now get to work shining this ditch digger's boots.
Aye, sir. Right away, sir. After hour, I chipped away at that mud like Michelangelo would marble. It was my first job, and I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my life.
And I remember that this was a very accurate depiction of anyone first starting off in the workforce, selling their time for money. And when he got home to show his parents what he made,
You deserve better. I want you to work smarter, not harder, lad.
I take my McPapa's advice. I work smarter, not harder.
so then he comes up with this crazy contraption that multiplies his efforts so that he starts getting exponential results. Hey, what's going on, loungers? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mason T, and I'm a 20+ year importer and product developer. So today's lesson is the understanding that the best kept secrets on the internet are exactly that, just secrets. Truly effective information is universally gatekept because that's not just how we earn, it's our competitive advantage. So when it comes to selling tangible goods online, the number one question is, what should I sell? And so far, that is something that every single person needs to go and figure out for themselves. I personally am a huge proponent of repeatable business models, and the gurus in this space are all doing some form of it, whether it is YouTube, Facebook groups, courses, mystery boxes, while they tell you to do the one-off model. You see, it's only when the success is repeatable that a person can build the momentum to scale that business. So when it comes to selling things online, we need a replenishable supply. Personally, I never share what my successful creations are, and neither would a reseller with strong vendor connections. I know people will want to watch you speak on how you developed your vendor contacts. They want to hear that story. And if we're being honest, are you comfortable sharing that information? And because at the end of the day, right, when I started my business 20 years ago, right? So if I'm like, say, 5 years into my business, you couldn't get me to do a YouTube video. I'm not talking about my business because I don't know what I can really share. It's not even about like what would be helpful or not. It's rather what might be detrimental to me. Like, I don't know, like if I tell you whatever and then you figure out the rest, that I don't want that. I don't want to have a hand in my own demise, right? So like I'm not going to say anything on it. Now, contrary to popular contentions, while I am a private labeler, that doesn't mean I think that everyone has to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm at the extreme far end of a spectrum in advanced sourcing, but there are other ways to acquire replenishable inventory without importing or dealing with factories. For example, Joe has already evolved past arbitrage thrifting, and his method was by making a lot of cold calls around the country for his supply.
No, not. It's people that
Not all of them.
It's all cold calls. It's not any personal connections that I had. This is
They're all
out,
cold calls that you called
Google
everywhere.
Maps and searching
This is what it takes to be an entrepreneur, right? To do everything that is redundant, cover all your bases, and then figure out what works, and then repeat those. Well, on top of that, I would suggest that every single time you source, be it at a flea market or an estate sale, you always try to find someone in charge to see if they can supply you with more in the future to plan ahead. Or when you think of what Lindy Glenn is doing these days with her snack niche in homemade goods.
Today's video is brought to you by me and my family-owned and operated small business, Kinda Nutty. Our most popular products include our cinnamon glazed carnival nuts. This includes our signature flavored pecans, almonds, cashews, and peanuts. We also have other sweet treats like a variety of dipped nuts, as well as a wide variety of saltwater taffies. Head on over to kindanutty.com and use code YouTube to get 10% off of your order today.
When you consider the current information from most reseller channels, the content is mostly what? Come Thrift With Me's, and What Solds. And these are essentially different types of bolo videos that seem like useful guidance at a glance, when in reality, the reason why they make this information public is because it's really not that big of a deal. An arbitrage type reseller essentially goes out to try different things, and regardless of their skill in picking, statistically something is bound to flip. And because they never had more than one copy of it, well, they might as well just talk about it, essentially milking the activity for every drop. They make videos or PDF files to sell in their courses, and to the unsuspecting, you might think they were so helpful and generous with their content, when in actuality, this is giveaway information because it's also throwaway information. So check this out, a training module, cool. And if you scroll down here, what's included in the bundle is 15 pages of bolos, be on the lookout items. So let's break down what a bolo even is. It stands for be on the lookout. Well, when are you on the lookout? When you're out and about thrifting, of course. So you are essentially making business decisions on the run. When you think about similar large competitors in America, such as Sam's Club and Costco or Walmart versus Target, while they carry many of the same things, they also sell a lot of different things. It's obvious their businesses are super similar, and so they would never open a branch within 20 miles of each other. So why don't they just copy each other's catalogs? They certainly have equal buying power from all the major vendors such as Haagen-Dazs or Samsung. Well, because someone else sold something isn't full confirmation that you can do it even on a corporate level. We all still have to try things for ourselves, which is why we quickly find out when following bolo lists or sold comp methods that they're just better than nothing methods. They're not foolproof, and thus reducing them back to exactly what it is, just a better than nothing method. Trial and error is a risk that occurs in all businesses, but what greatly reduces the risk is research and success retention. When I attend a trade show, I don't buy anything. I'm there to pick up catalogs because nobody makes decisions on the fly. If you're serious about taking success to the next level, we have to retain and replicate successful actions while quickly trying to recover from our failures. Therefore, I argue two things. Number one, we need to spend a minimal amount of resources, such as time and money, to figure out what works. And number two, when you get better, you shouldn't even bother sourcing things that you know you can't get more of. But reseller gurus teach you to scale sideways and not upwards, to keep adding more SKUs instead of mastering one and multiplying it. Have you ever noticed the more you source, the more chaotic it gets? You're investing your time into piecework, where each transaction stands alone instead of contributing to a compounding system of repeat sales. Now, if you resonate with the message of work smarter, not harder, well, is there ever a time where you should only work harder and not smarter? Yet, when you purposely gear your business only for single sale listings, you're doing exactly that. So clearly, working smarter is better than working harder. But wouldn't it be even better to do both? Now, for those of you who are able to make around 6 figures through basic reselling, your hard work to make this happen is indeed commendable. But have you stopped to wonder your true potential if you had learned effective strategy on top of your work ethic? So what do I propose? I've clearly positioned my channel in this space to offer a different perspective, more effective solutions. So I want to start a new workshop on Sundays doing exactly that, and I'd like your help coming up with a name for this series. The first episode will cover other methods of getting steady supply by acquiring vendors or simply just becoming your own. But after that, I'll show you how to do exactly what it is that I do. So each week, I'm going to put together a cookie cutter type example that anyone can copy for a chance to earn big. I will reveal how I search the latest items from overseas factories and how I speculate the opportunities on America's best marketplace, Amazon. I understand that, look, Not everyone is ready to segue over to Amazon, but that will be the final destination. The idea is to connect the pipeline between the world's largest production source to the largest marketplace. We'll gear the classes specifically for resellers who want to level up. So if you can help me out and leave a suggestion below for the series name, leave a couple of suggestions. Next week, we'll try to pick the catchiest one that embodies exactly what we're all about. And the winner will receive a free business consultation from PegasusBlueprint.com. Anyways, guys, that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big like. And if you learned something, please consider subscribing. As always, I'll see you guys in the next. Take care.